she's pretty cool as always. And so I'm just going to be showing you a few things. We went to this aquarium, the Numo aquarium that opened in the Southwest Florida area. So I'm just going to be showing a few things. Yeah, I'm making sounds with them, so I hope you enjoy. And yeah, let's begin. So I see the spider's already trying to make friends with this new plant. It's only been out for like a day and a half, and I already see two little spider friends there with their webs, so I'll leave them be. Actually, oh my gosh, there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. They're so little though, they're like the size of like a period on a page. Those kind of spiders. I don't know what they're called, but they're really little and harmless probably. But this is the string of pearls. And I finally decided to get some. They're always been so pretty to me ever since I first saw them. Yeah, you really shouldn't be touching them, but basically the lady had said that once the pearls here in the middle, they look like they have an eyelid. Once they close, they need water. If they're open, you'll see like a slit. It looks like an eye kind of opening like that. Like if they're closed, it doesn't need water. If it's like that, like a little open slit, then you don't need water. But if they're closed, you need water. Okay, so and they do like, I think, indirect, bright but indirect sunlight. So that's the first item I got. So do some tippy. There's a few. Swing it like that. Makes a little noise, but I don't want to overwhelm them though. I just got them. Yeah. But these are going to keep growing. They basically just keep dangling down, and they'll just be like growing and growing and growing. I think I will have to repot this one day if I want even bigger, but I'm nervous to do those kind of things. But so far they're all right. I left them out on direct sun the first day just so that they get that sun, just because they were inside. Actually, the first day I left them inside, not to overwhelm them, but then I left them on the second day outside direct sun, just so they get as much of that solar energy. And then I'm leaving them now kind of bright and direct, and they're doing okay. We got quite a lot of rainfall recently too, which is nice for the foliage and shrubbery and all that. And my flowers are coming back. They were struggling. We're still under severe drought. They said we need 4 feet of rain just to not be in drought anymore, which is absurd. It's that bad. So this next one is probably gonna spike me, but I'll try my best. Ow, yep, it's definitely spiking me, so hold on. It is I think it's called bromeliad. Yeah, I took the sticker off because, ew, price tags. Who wants price tags on their stuff? But, yeah, this I always wanted because it's so pretty. It's like a watermelon color. The top is filled with water, so I'm trying not to tilt it. And see these little things here? These are all sharp spikes. There's like cactus, how they have like a sharp spike. But this is going next to our other much larger bromeliad. We got this. I forgot where I got. I think it was like Home Depot or something. I just couldn't resist. No. This was Ace Hardware. Yeah, Ace Hardware. It's either Ace, Lowe's, or Home Depot. Well, here they call it like another name. It's not really Ace, but anyway, it's like a branch off of Ace, kind of. But it's the same as Ace. It's basically Ace. It already has blooms in the middle. So basically, they just bloom from the middle and they keep growing like that. But the color is so pretty. To me, it's like to die for. Literally, like it's so beautiful. And you just water the middle. You put water in the middle there, and that's all it needs. It waters itself. It's not really something you should obsess about. You just kind of leave it be. It just sits there and grows, And this lady was kind enough to give us for absolutely free a whole box of these. She was throwing them out, but you can propagate them I see sometimes people in Florida, they have these growing under their mailbox, create kind of like a bush of foliage or shrubbery. And so basically it's like a kind of like a tropical bush in a weird way. It's like purple and green, you see. It's really pretty though. People like always throw these out or look past them because I don't know, it's like it's pretty to me, but you know, I have roots still, they work fine. You can replant them, and that's what we did. We got the big pot out front. I guess it came with the house for free. I don't know, or the last owners left them behind, or renters left them behind. So they basically, yeah, it's ours. So yeah, you know, we replanted these in that, and then we put a couple of these in one of my little like statues. So like it's like a bust of a male head. So we did a lot this weekend. Still working on stuff around the house, getting it ready for, you know, a guest that's coming to stay for a bit. And where else did we plant these? I think so there's a century plant, 2 huge, actually we have 3 enormous, like huge century plants in the side of, in the front of the house, and one of them I accidentally kind of pulled out while pulling weeds, so we decided to replant that in a separate pot, and then we planted 3 or 4 baby century plants that were also pulled out of the ground because there's an abundance of them here. We also have an abundance of like cactus and succulents coming out of the soil near the garden shrubbery bush area. It's hard to explain what that looks like, but so, you know, we pull out a couple and replant them just for cutesy decor. But yeah, this was a nice, like, generous give. You can see they're gonna grow more. See, it's budding out of there. So we did, like, again, like actually like 2 boxes full of these, and another container full of these. She also gave these away. These are agave. So they have also, you see the spiky tips here. So these are gonna grow to be big fellas. So we replanted the agaves as well in own separate clay pots out front. And we also have a big agave in the front as well, like big as this plant here, back here. This is actually one of his buys. It is, I think, similar to, or it is a yucca plant. So we wanted to fill out this space here by the couch. It's really pretty. It's technically like 3 trees, even though it's hard to tell. Like this is one, and then there's a baby one down here. And then we also bought orange persimmon tree, I think it's called. They basically, it's not a fruit, but it's basically, maybe I'm saying it wrong, orange persimmon or parmesan, something like that. It basically orange flowers. It's like it grows huge. It grows as big as like an oak tree, basically. And it has like a abundance of beautiful flowers that come through around June through August, I believe. But I'm already seeing them blossom all throughout Florida, at least this part of Florida. And they're so beautiful, and we really wanted one, so we finally got one. And it's on the side there now, ready to be replanted, hopefully. Fingers crossed, when, you know, someday I may have my own home again. It would be nice to, because right now, like, you know, when you're renting a place, it's like, you can garden, but you can't really just plant a tree and then unplant it. You know, it doesn't work that way. It's a lot of work too, and you don't know how big the roots are gonna get, so it's just not worth it. Yeah, so, and there's already so much pretty foliage around here. It's beautifully manicured and decorated. Like, I can't explain. It's just gorgeous here. It really is. I'm so grateful, but you know, it's not ours at the end of the day, so it's like you can't really give more to some when it's not even yours. You know, like, you're gonna end up moving one day. Like, it's just not worth it. So yeah, you know what I mean. So okay, so also this came free with our purchase with that one lady seller. guys, like, how big this house was. Like, it's taking a while to fill it up. Like, we thought we had enough stuff to fill it out, which we do. By technicality, we really do. We have a lot. Like, we have one of, like, the biggest storage units in the whole building. And it's filled. I'm telling you, it's, like, filled with stuff, like, to the brim. Like, there's no room left at all. Like, it's stacked. Like, the whole box is filled. You know what I mean? So, like, plus all the stuff, like, we have a lot, you know? So, it's hard to bring it all here, though, you know? It's like some things just can't fit, or it'd be like duplicates. We have a lot of duplicates of stuff, so it's hard to explain, you know? When you're a couple, it's like you have more collectively, but it's like you can't cram it and like hoard in your home, you know? So I never thought I would get like enough to fill a storage, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it adds up, it really does, you know? Over time and years, purchases and what have you. And I don't shop nearly enough as some people. Like, I could shop, like, I could definitely shop, but I don't, you know? I'm not like a shopper. I'm not like a shopaholic. Yet does these every week, you know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah. It adds up, though. It adds up. Okay, so this is another purchase. One of those kind of like Mexican clay pottery things. I thought would be so cute on the lanai to fill out more of the walls. And then I just had to get this one. Oops, I'm sorry about that. I had to get this one. I mean, I'm trying to clink them together, but see how they're clay? They're just painted on. And these are always so pricey. I don't know why they're so damn pricey, but they're beautiful. Yeah, it's like its own like designer. It's like designer clay pottery. I think that's why. But yeah, this is definitely like Florida. Actually, the dragonflies are coming back, which I'm really freaking excited. Oh my gosh, OMG. Yes. I'm not gonna repeat myself as to why like we don't own yet. Like I just, it's much cheaper to rent right now, and like we just don't know if we're gonna be here for long. We really don't know, you know. We don't plan to be here for long. I don't have to how many times I have to say that, but yeah, there's no point in buying when you don't know if you're gonna be here for long. Period. So like I actually spoke with last owners here, like they rented here too, like, and they could easily afford to buy, but they chose to rent. Like, you know, it's just preference, you know, like it's not for everybody. I don't want to spend $10,000-$20,000 a year on house repairs for a home that's not, well, this is like almost close to new, but it's like within 5-6 years of being built. So that's when repair bills start to happen. I already had maintenance come here 4 or 5 times. That would have cost me thousands. I didn't have to pay a dime because I rent, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a preference. I would like to hold on to what I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to give everything I got. I've known people who've, like, bought houses and they're like, I have $0 left, LOL, but I'm okay with it. I don't want to live like that. I can't sleep if I have $0 left, you know what I'm saying? It's just a preference. Okay. So, gloves. So she gave these for us as well. But I absolutely would like to own one day. I absolutely would, but like it's just too much right now. Like, oh my gosh. Maybe if they actually go through and follow on their word and actually get rid of property taxes in Florida, I may consider staying here. I may consider. Because that can eat a huge chunk of your mortgage. Yeah. And the debt too. It's like, ew. Like hundreds of thousands in debt. No thank you. Like, you know, it's like, if I buy a home, I want to like 100,000 down, 200,000 down. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better to wait. The economy is not stable right now. Just nothing's like stable right now. So it's like, you know, we all have our reasons. I was grateful to have a roof over my head right now, that's all, you know? I don't care if it's in a small apartment or a big home. A roof is a roof. Not always home anyway. But, okay, I don't even have friends to show my space like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of having, like, your own home when it's like I don't have really anybody to show to laugh out loud? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? Okay, so this kind of reminds me of those those bags from IKEA. But I can already tell this is gonna be sturdy. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it might be. I don't know, but it's nice to get a pair of gloves. Even though I already have quite a bit of gloves. Ooh, chow. And let me tell you something. I know a lot of people. I've done readings. People who bought homes and they're stressed the hell out and they can't afford the payment. Like, do you know how many times like people bought homes? I went through this myself. My first home, it was $1,600 the mortgage. You wouldn't think I paid only $1,600 for that big ass house. I did. Guess how much the next year the mortgage went up? $2,300, heifer. It went up $650 a month in 1 year. Do you know how stressed I was? I was pulling I had no money left. And that was a lot at the time. 10 years ago. That was a lot for a little kid like me, okay? That was a lot for a young, early 20s kid to be paying that much. Actually, my family lived with me, so I didn't pay a dime. But the point is, I would have had more pocket money had I not had that additional payment. I'm hearing stories now because of inflation. Now it's double that. I'm hearing people like, my original payment was $2,500 and now it's $4,300. Y'all didn't listen. Look, I wish you well. I hope it works out for you, but man, oh man. Man, oh man. Sometimes people have to learn the hard way. Buying is not for everybody. If you can't handle the stress, so what? If you can't, look, I'm just being real today. If you cannot easily afford that house, you cannot afford that house. Period. Just stick to renting. Swallow your pride. Put it aside, especially nowadays, okay? Better to do that than to lose everything you got, right? I heard you have to literally, if you don't have like even like a third of that house value in your bank account, don't do it. Don't do it. Period. Okay, anyway. It's too risky. This is not financial advice, but it's just like, I'm tired of people saying to other people, buy, but they don't know what buying means. Like, just like a car, they say if you have to pay more than a few, like let's say like $300 a month for the car, you can't afford it. You can't afford it, right? You shouldn't do it, you know? It's too risky. You know, so like if the car is, let's say 20,000, we wish, right? We wish cars were 20K now, but let's say the car's 20,000 and you only gave 1,000 down, let's say 2,000 down, right? But you still have 18,000 to pay left, so your monthly payment's gonna be like at least $400 a month. You can't afford it. You know, if you get 10,000 down, your monthly payment's gonna be $200 a month. Now you can afford it. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Trust me, okay? From someone who has learned the hard way. It's better to just be low-key. I see so many people on Instagram, like, they literally are openly telling people, I cannot afford this car, but I choose to live like bad and bougie. Their car payment is $1,500 a month, $700 a month. They can't afford it. They're barely making rent, but they want to live the bad and bougie life. Okay, live it, but don't stress when your credit score crumble because you messed up, baby. I'm just saying. Everyone wants to impress everyone. It's mostly the people in their 20s and early 30s. Once you kind of grow up a little, you stop being a fool and you start really living for yourself, not caring about what someone thinks about you. Keeping it real. Someone had to say it. I had to say it. No one wanted to say it. I had to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Buggy band. So this is mosquito repellent bracelet. So this is an outdoor camping essential with natural essential oils. Alright. This is also the free gift. So I'm actually going to open it up because it's actually pretty cool. Like, I want to make sounds with it. I never use these, but this would be good for walks in nature. is my home. I'm proud to say that nature is my house. Yes. You don't have to rent or buy nature. No. Well, unless you rent like a campsite, then that's besides the point. Okay, you're overthinking it. Oh, this definitely smells strong. I thought it was gonna make a sound, that's why I opened it. But it's a strong citronella smell. So yeah, you wear this. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh, they gonna stay the hell away from you. My God, let me put it back. Child, this is too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. I know someone's gonna leave that comment in my comment section. You're doing too much. Shh. Just shh. 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 They'd be like, you doing too much. Okay. So, I guess this is the last object. Yeah, so when we went to the aquarium. Child, it took us 4 hours to get through that aquarium. It was so damn big. It was 3 floors. Whew, damn. I was impressed with how quick they built it too, you know. Scenes from the sea, but you know, anything helps support the aquarium. You know, the wildlife there, you can adopt a pet. You know, it's so nice. Well, not literally adopt. You can't take it with you, but you know, you give a donation and you help support, and they give you different things like a goodie bag of stuff. The more you support, you know. So it's just cute, you know, cute information on animals. I'm definitely gonna look through it because I am curious. I want to learn more about sea life. This is actually one of the careers I wanted to do. Was like something like similar to marine biology or veterinarian or something like that. At the time, it was one of the many careers I wanted to do, but when I found out how much biology, chemistry you had to do, I was like, laugh out loud, I'm not doing that. Okay. Like, I love animals, but LOL, no. Like, I'm not gonna fail another class. So spend my money supporting wildlife than showing off to somebody a new house I bought. Get the F out of here with that nonsense. I want to be remembered for the cause and difference I make in the world. And, you know, I fell into some unfortunate circumstances with dispute with my family. I should have never had my first house I bought to be bought with a family member. That was my big mistake. But what's done is done. It's created blessings in mine and their life. Beyond belief, it was really a good decision at the end of the day. But you know, next time I buy is with my partner or on my own, period. You know, like, yeah. So, and I'm so over the whole owning thing, like that. I wanted to break from that too. I kind of miss renting, as effed up as that sounds, you know, like. But it sucks because I hardly know anybody who's went from owning to renting again, like renting to owning and then back to renting again, you know. But I'm kind of used to that because, like, I grew up in that situation. Like, we had this huge home, biggest home, best home on the block, most beautiful home, and then we just lost it all and had to go back to a small apartment and rent, you know. So, like, I think anything can happen to anybody at any different time. I just think right now, nowadays, especially more than ever, it's best to keep what you got and hush your mouth, okay? And if you can't afford what you got, sell it. Keep what you got and hush your mouth, all right? Be low-key and pretend you broke, pretend you ain't got nothing, right? I think that's the wisest choice at the end of the day. And so you can have something to pass on to loved ones if you pass on. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what our last day on earth is. As the Bible says, you know, the man's riches is not on this earth, it is in heaven. So I would rather be richer in spirit than richer in this physical plane, which is temporary, meaningless, and basically can burn down easily. So what's the point, you know? So yeah, and I'm too much of a free spirit. I feel like I'm kind of like not so much move with the wind, but I don't want to be kept or locked somewhere, especially committed to somewhere where I don't know if that's going to contribute to my happiness at the end of the day. I don't know why I'm talking about this today, but I just want to get off my chest because I have a feeling like that's still something that bothered me for so long, because all I hear about is people who are like, it's easy to talk about your success and accomplishments, but it's not easy for somebody to talk about their failures and disappointments and setbacks. So I think, it's important to acknowledge when you feel and recognize like you messed up in some way, or maybe you're not doing so well, right? We always hear about those who are doing well, like those Instagram hoes, right? But we're not doing enough about the setbacks. I think people need to hear that more and to be more realistic that no, not everyone's doing great. No, the 90% are suffering right now. It's eating their paycheck. There's a lot of people making a lot of money, but it's just not getting them anywhere. So it's like, it's about time now we start realizing, recognizing it's about living your purpose, your happy, meaningful existence, what brings you joy in this moment, not just like, thinking about a long-term future that may not even unfold, like it's good to think ahead and to be mature and serious and be like, okay, yeah, my life 10, 20, 30 years from now, but so much is changing now that it gets to a point where you're only stressing yourself out by planning for a future that may not come. So I think that's the beautiful thing of how we're evolving as a species now, is to recognize that even 10 weeks from now is unpredictable. But how can you make peace and find joy today with what you got and actually enjoy it? Because if you have a big home and you're always working all the time to pay for that big house, you're barely in because you're always at work working all the time. What is the point? What are you doing? I think it's time for a lot of people to realize, to snap out of that hypnosis of what we've been taught and believe, like, oh, you have to attend college and then get a degree and then slave your ass away for this house you can't even stay in because you're working so much, and by the time you're 65 and retire, you're so exhausted to even enjoy life and enjoy your 401k. What is the point, So I think that's why even the millennials, it's beautiful that they're more into travel and spending and enjoying life. And even if we have not much left at the end of the day, or, I don't have family to leave me anything really like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in the future they will, I don't know, maybe it's not like big, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not enough to live off. So it's like, I have to do everything myself. So it kind of like, it doesn't frustrate me when someone has it easy and when, someone's blessed with a lot. I think the pain and grief and suffering of losing someone you love is worth more than that $10 million they left you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that 10 million is nothing. It's meaningless. It will never make that person come back. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't have any hard feeling whatsoever about people who have, like, millennials who are going to have a guaranteed inheritance when their loved ones pass on. It's not about that. It's not what I'm saying at all. Not even close. But sometimes I still have this like bitterness about like the fact that I don't have that, or should have had that, but then, I had an irresponsible parent at the time I haven't spoken to in 10 years now that just lost it. Like, it's just foolishly, like, just, they could have, but they didn't. They chose not to keep anything for us left. And that's still like, it doesn't eat at me. I have a lot of forgiveness for them, but it's just like, and sometimes I look back, when you sometimes look back in your life and like, you dumbass, like, really? You didn't think about us? Like, did you really love us? You know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot of that like bitterness and, yeah, honestly, like jealousy in terms of like those who just have it like that, those who have it easy, those who just give in to them, And it's funny because a lot of people were assuming that I had a silver spoon in my mouth early on. That was just my personality. I like to be showy. I like to show things off and stuff when I was my teenage years and earlier. But the older I get, I'm like, it's okay to let that go. It's okay to like be yourself, to still kind of have that part of you, because my father was like that. He always bought like the newest, freaking nicest Mercedes and like houses and just cars, just fancy. It's like always just spent the last what they earned, and to be the opposite of that, to kind of break that generational thing. And when you start thinking about like, damn, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, my great-great-great-grandparents, my great-great-great-great-grandparents, shit, they never left us anything. It makes you think, like, they were all like that? Or they were all in poverty? They all grew up poor? before. So what makes you think, because you're in a situation, that billions of other souls haven't had crappy poverty situations too? Why are you so damn hard on yourself? Do you know how hard it is to build wealth, first of all? It's not just, oh, poverty mindset. No, realistically, it is freaking difficult. It takes years, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes being cheap for so many years. I've known people like who have wealth, like they are cheap. I'm sorry to tell you, they're not the ones showing the red bottom shoes and spreading their opulence everywhere. They are cheap. A lot of them are so cheap. That's how you keep your money. But that's not how I choose to live anymore. I was like that for so long. Yeah, so that's not truly living to me, though. You know, it's the old adage, like, I'd rather travel lighter. You know, it's less stress. It's just too much to bear. You know, it's too much to bear. But then there's that same feeling I get as a millennium, right? Where I'm like, okay, if I'm spending everything I have every month and I don't save any money every month, I'm going to have to keep working for the rest of my life every month until I die. So it's also that I'm fighting. I'm like, I'm going to end up like that probably. I don't know. I might retire. I may never retire at this point. I don't know. We don't know the future. I don't think retirement will exist in a few years, but people have been hearing about that for a long time. And here we are, retirement still exists. So do we really know? You know, like at the end of the day. But these are the thoughts I've been having lately. My longevity, my long term, even as a business, which is hard enough as it is. I don't work for anybody. I haven't worked for anybody ever, basically. Keeping that going, keeping that profitable, whew, it's a lot. No one helps me. It's all me. I do it all on my own. It's yeah. Minus my tax guy who does it once a year, but it's, you know, it's not for everybody, right? I think these like new YouTubers, they're like really trying so hard to do it and make it, and I get it. It's cute, it looks fun, but like that's why a lot of these like multi-million-dollar celebrities go broke too. They buy the big house, they want to be impressive, they want to say I got it like that, and then they lose it. They end up $2 million in debt. They still get to keep their house because they're rich poor, but you know, life things, right? It's all meaningless. It's all temporary shit. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I just wanted to rant. I don't know. I just felt like compelled to talk about it because I feel like there's a lot of misleading information out there, and newcomer people who are just posting online don't know what the hell they're talking about and acting like this thing is gonna last them for years when it's really not. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Like, yes, manifestation and positive intention is really, it does work, but you have to be smart too. You have to be smart. Sometimes you have to talk or know the right people, or a mix of both, and a lot of it's luck. A lot of it's investing in the right things, waiting in the right time. You just have to know what you're doing. But now even that won't help you. Everything is so unstable and unpredictable. You know, it makes you, I think this reality has to occur because it's making you question everything and unfold the illusion of how you've been living. Stability is no longer here. What you expect to invest in now is no longer going to be guaranteed returns. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's almost forcing us to be happy. It's forcing us to invest in our happiness. It's forcing us to spend our money on ourselves, you know, and to travel more and to just enjoy. It's not even about that. It's not even about travel. It's just like doing what you enjoy, right? Like, it's just whatever that may be. For a lot of people, it is travel. You know, it can be addictive. You know, it can be like, I want to go here and do this and get away. It's like this escapism. It's this reality of like, some people go into credit card debt doing that and just finding that happiness and peace and moving to Thailand, or, you know, a lot of them, again, they don't tell you, they end up horribly sick because a lot of times there's unwashed salad, or you pick up something from a table, you didn't even realize you licked your finger, you did, now you're in the hospital, you know, God forbid. But I'm just saying, a lot of these places, it's like the illusion of it's perfect, but it's not, you know. So I mean, I got horribly sick in Mexico one year. Like, that was awful. I almost died, I think. But anyway, so, you know, everything's good and bad in this universe. Like, it's not all going to be great, you know? So I don't know what to tell people anymore. Like, everyone thinks they have the answer. Everyone thinks they know. Everyone thinks they're right. You know, it's just like, can we just say, I don't know for once? Can we just say, who knows? IDK. What happened to IDK? Oh my God, I missed that. No one says IDK anymore. Everyone always says, this is the answer. This is the solution. Everyone's always selling some like solution to a problem that persists, you know? And I definitely don't mean to do that. You know, if I ever come across that way, like, people know, like, my services do help them, but like, I always tell people, I'm not the answer. I'm not God. Oh my God, I'm not Jesus, right? Like, these are just your guide. These will help you reach and access your guides, what you already have inside, right? And it's a consistent reminder of that. Like, you got it within you already, right? Who knew a shopping haul would end up a ramble about what pisses me off and what's on my mind? But anyway, I think we need a more deeper outlook on things nowadays and a more reflective outlook on how we're living. And that's a big reason I sold and left, you know. And it bothers me to this day, because in my mind and what I'm hearing from others, they're like, you made a dumb move. You should have just kept it and rented it out. And I don't want to live that way. I wouldn't have been able to travel. I would have been in shackles. I would have been stuck, you know. And then what if the renter doesn't pay them the more, you know, like, you know, like, there's good and bad with everything, you know. It still would have been in my brother's name. Like, yeah. So any newcomers out there, any new YouTubers, even like you're investing in your first home, please think twice before signing on the line. And I've had, when I first started YouTube, you may not believe me, but I had a lot of important people, and even people who work with very big names out there. I won't say what and who, but they were telling me early on, be careful signing on the dotted line. So I warned people too. Be careful what network you sign into. Be careful what contract you sign. I was in shackles in 2014. My videos weren't getting reached because I was in a contract that was binding, and I couldn't leave for a year. That was one of the worst times of my life. I became more spiritual though because of it. I tapped into my guides more, you know. That was a time I was stuck. Financially, I was stuck just in a lot of ways. Mentally, and these people wouldn't help me. You know, they promised to help me, and then I signed the dotted line and they didn't help me, and they told me what to do, and they called me stupid on top of that early on, and I don't want anyone to suffer like that. So not all that glitters is gold. You know, please be careful. Have a parent come with you to those interviews and meetings before you sign, even if it's a virtual meeting, you know. Even back then it was just a virtual appointment in 2014, but you know, and that puts you through so much unnecessary stress, and that leaves you behind. I could have been much more ahead had I not. That year contract messed me up. It messed the channel up. It messed everything up. I'm so grateful to God that he like really still somehow blew me up afterwards, but I'm telling you right now, not everything is as it seems. And so, you know, I wish I had more intuition back then. I didn't, and that's why I had to learn and go through that. And Spirit strengthened my intuition so that I wouldn't make the same mistake twice. And I didn't believe in myself enough. I thought, I have to sign a contract. I have to be under someone's B word for a year to make it. And that's not true. It actually crushed me, you know. And I had to keep making content. I had to keep creating, even though I knew I wasn't going to basically earn anything, you know. Some of my best work were made when I only had like $400 in my pocket, or earned only $200-300 in a month. You know what I'm saying? And I was stuck in a situation again with a family member that I hated, and that's where a lot of my anger and resentment built early on. I don't know why I'm telling you all my story like you're my therapist now. Ew. But anyway, I trust you. I have a lot of pain I carry, and I think I had to go through that because I wanted to help people, to let them know early on. So maybe I'm just saying this today because someone's about to sign something really huge, and you're having cold feet, you're having second doubts. Maybe that's your intuition telling you it's not the right time. I'm just keeping it real. I know I might look crazy, I might sound crazy. Something's telling me this is not the right time for you. Maybe someone needs a reading. But anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you have enjoyed. Be well. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay safe out there. Please, for me, okay? Do it for me, okay? I want to see you around. I want to see you healthy, happy, thriving in the real, honest, genuine way. Buying a house isn't healthy, happy, thriving. It isn't anymore, at least. How are you physically? Are you physically healthy? First, before you even say anything big, are you physically healthy? You have to probably invest more in you first, if you're not. You are the house you have to take care of. You are the greatest wealth. Your physical body's worth so much. It literally is. Like, if you donated a body to science, it's like $50 million last time I checked. So, you're worth way more than that. But you are worth way more. Okay? So you have to take care of it. You're the vessel that gets you to pay that mortgage. Do you know what I'm saying? If this is not okay, honey, what are you doing? You gotta be okay first. Then the other things come, okay? My goodness. When will we get it, right? I wanted to make one last sound. I didn't buy this. It wasn't purchased recently either. I just thought it'd make a cute sound. One day maybe we have peace in the world. May our minds always be at peace. May we find peace with any decision we've ever made. May it not obstruct our way. May we release and heal anything holding us back. May we not have any regret about any decision moving forward. What's done is done. We've chose the path. Just like you going on this road here. Then you have three choices to make. Whatever path you go on, guess what? You still come back and return to your original thought, your original place of being. It's all connected. We're all connected on this wheel of life, this cycle. Peace, the symbol and logo of peace, is knowing that we are all here. We're all connected as one entity, universally, universal consciousness. On some level, you may not agree with me. You may agree to disagree with my thoughts, but on an overall higher consciousness scale, we all agree. We're all one. Drive the wheel of your life, the steering wheel, the way you want to freaking live. Not the way your teacher told you, not the way your parent told you, not the way even your student told you, not the way your son or daughter told you, how you want to live. Live responsibly. Don't get yourself in too much trouble now. Don't have too much fun, okay? Trust me, don't have too much fun. Because the opposite has to unfold. Everything in this universe is a balance. Live in the center. Live in harmony. Feel all the surrounding joy, fun that you want. But just know, don't get too overboard. Don't get too overexcited. A lot of times when you get your hopes up, it leads to disappointment. It happens every time. I'm telling you. You make big plans, you tell too many people, and then it doesn't end up working out because you shared too much. Then it lost the hype and the suspense and the thrill and the joy. And it becomes meaningless. Keep some things to yourself, you know. Even good things, not just good things, but even bad things, you know. There's a lot of people who overshare, like, always all the bad things. And some things you can figure out on your own, you know? So it's good to have someone weekly or monthly to talk to about certain things. Alright guys, I will get going. Thank you for listening.